Alright guys, so inside of the arena, you guys know that with the release of Stardust Cookie, the Moonlight plus Stardust combo is honestly a really good combo. Plus, honestly, it is a pretty darn deadly combo to be used inside of the arena. Right now, with the standard team being Holloberry with Werewolf, Moonlight, Stardust, as well as someone like BTS or Pure Vanilla. However, there is one cookie, alright, that can possibly actually just be the insane counter of Stardust Cookie, and that is going to be no other than the milk cookie that we honestly all forgot about. All right, so a Korean YouTuber shared this video on his channel talking about the possible end of Stardust Cookie's reign inside of the arena by using milk cookie. All right, so why he said that, let's talk about the reason why he said milk cookie possibly might be the absolute counter to Stardust Cookie. So you guys know that Milk Cookie did receive a magic candy back in the days, all right, and honestly the magic candy was not that great, and Milk Cookie was not used inside of the arena too much, and only was really used inside of the guild boss battle as the secondary tank to be eaten by the living abyss. However, if you guys look at Milk Cookie's magic candy, the thing about Milk Cookie's magic candy is that Milk Cookie is able to taunt the enemies, which means that all the incoming damage is going to be focused toward Milk Cookie. It's a little bit different than damage focus that Holloberry has, because Holloberry does not take all of the damage and only take percentage of the damage that the other cookies are going to take. However, Milk Cookie is going to be taunting, which means that all the skill that are going to be focused on one particular cookie is going to be targeted to him instead. All right, because of that, while Milk Cookie is using his skill, he'll briefly become resistant to interrupting effects, and at the end, this is the really important part here, guys, Milk Cookie removes all debuffs and heals HP equal to a portion of damage he blocked. Right, that means that the freeze, that means that the frost, that means that the sign of stars debuff can be dispelled or purified at the end of Milk Cookie's taunt. All right, and of course he is going to be taking some of the damage that is going to be related to the debuffs. However, he is going to be healing as well as getting rid of those particular debuffs that he has, making Stardust Cookie's skill just not as good as it used to be, just because it is focusing a tank rather than a DPS. And you can see that at the plus 10 effect is okay. They do add a little bit of the damage relative to max HP, not that important here, but you guys can see that once you guys do level up, if you guys do level it up, the debuff resist as well as the healing as well as the skill damage does go up, which means that it is pretty good, but not the most important thing, right? That means that you can actually use Milk Cookie, all right, with the level 1 magic candy, and you can see that even for me it is only level 14, and honestly speaking it is working out pretty darn well. So let me just go over the top end real quick, enough talking, and let me show you guys this team that is going to be consisted of Milk Cookie, Holloberry, Moonlight, Stardust, as well as BTS. And let me tell you guys why BTS is in here as well. All right, so let's go over the topping. Topping for Holloberry is exactly the same. 5-star chocolate, focusing on damage resist as well as cooldown. If you can get a little bit higher cooldown, the better it is, but I am still going with the 15 to 16%. And the next one is going to be Milk Cookie. Milk Cookie subsets are a little bit different, but we are maxing out on the damage resist because Milk Cookie does need to survive. You can see that it is a full star chocolate. Yes, Milk Cookie does receive extra damage resist, but the overall stat compared to someone like Holloberry is a lot less, and having damage resist is going to be really important. And then the next most important substat is actually going to be attack speed, and the reason why you want attack speed is because you want this taunt to come out as soon as possible, because of the fact that Stardust Cookie is going to have a really short cooldown on the enemy team as well. You want this taunt up as soon as possible, and you are able to use it and focus target all of these skill to be on Milk Cookie instead of someone like your Stardust as well as Moonlight. All right, so if you could get extra cooldown, it's pretty good, but you don't necessarily need to honestly have it right now. Having 15% with no extra substat does work out pretty well, but make sure the attack speed is pretty darn important. All right, and the next one is gonna be our Stardust. You can go with 2 different topping setting, but I am still going with the juicy apple jelly just for the extra sleep. Because again, if you guys are able to crit, then you're able to place another cookie asleep. All right, so that's the reason why we are going with full juicy apple jelly, focusing on a bit of the cooldown as well as damage resist. And then next one is going to be Moonlight, exactly same as before, focusing on the damage resist as well as around 20 to 22% cooldown. And last one is going to be BTS with 5 of the Swift Chocolate, around 24.1% cooldown for the maxed out cooldown, for his skill. And the reason why we have BTS is because of the debuff resist that he's able to place on every single one of our cookies, damage resist as well as the shield, and allowing our cookies to get out of sleep, freeze, and all of the other debuffs a little bit faster than the enemies as well, which is also really important for our milk cookie. And then now going over the treasures here, guys, it's going to be the whistle, which is going to be placed on our Stardust as well as, of course, Moonlight. And then we do have the Jelly Watch. If you don't have the maxed out epic Jelly Watch, then go with the common one. You still want the 25% cooldown reduction. And then the last one is going to be the epic scroll. So instead of going with the rare scroll, which you guys would have probably already seen while you guys were looking at the toppings and stuff like that, the rare scroll is not a bad option. But because of the fact that you are placing milk cookie inside of the team, and you are having that sign of the star debuff on milk cookie instead, you are going to be wanting to use the epic scroll and have that extra 14% ish attack on our BTS as well as our DPS. All right, which is going to be Moonlight and Stardust, to do extra damage and quickly get rid of the enemy's Moonlight as well as Stardust, and have the upper hand with the amount of cookies that you guys have. So let's go into the arena now, guys, and let me show you guys this team in action. All right, guys, so here we go. We got the werewolf as well as the Hollyberry with the Moonlight on the enemy team. So let's go. And here we go, guys. It is actually going to be a sherbet instead this time around. And you're going to be able to see that, sherbet is a little bit weird. All right, so sherbet's the frost stack does not actually get dispelled when milk cookie ends the skill here. And yeah, it's a little bit weird, but you can see that still with milk cookie, all right, we're able to focus taunt the enemy's werewolf skill and things like that, and we should be able to beat this one here. Our guys did not take much of the injury stacks too much. And there you go. This one is our victory. Not the one that I wanted to kind of show you guys, but it still does kind of work out. Is it going to be a 100% guarantee win against a sherbet team? No, it's not, but it's just going to be something that you can use and you might be able to use. All right, so it is kind of a little iffy as well, but there you guys go, against a sherbet team instead of a Stardust that I intended to show you guys. All right, guys, so here we go. So we have the Stardust here on the enemy team with the Moonlight. So let's go and see how this works out and how the sign of the star debuff is going to be placed on milk cookie instead. And here we go, guys. We're going to have the Hollyberry, and then we're going to quickly go up, and you can see that the sign of the star is going to be on milk. And once milk ends the skill, you can see that the the sign of the star debuff is gone. All right, and something that I tried out the rare scroll instead of the the epic scroll, like I kind of showed you guys. The good side, all right, or the pros of using a rare scroll is that your cookies do last a bit longer, but you do definitely sacrifice on the attack or the extra damage. So if the enemy team is pretty darn sturdy, all right, and you're not able to get rid of them, then in the end, because of the percentage buff, you do lose out on the damage, and your DPS do get wiped by the enemy Moonlight. However, with the epic scroll, now you have the extra damage early on in the beginning, and you're able to get rid of the enemy DPSs once again, and you don't really need to worry about the Stardust being focused targeting our DPS. All right, so it actually works out pretty darn well, and the healing does increase with BTS as well, because your attack is going to be a lot higher than using a rare scroll. All right, guys, so here we go. Another one here with the double tank as well as double DPS. Let's go. All right, and you can see right here, it is going to be the Stardust here, and you can see milk once again goes taunts, and you can see the sign is going to be placed on our milk cookie instead of our DPS, which means that our DPS don't need to worry too much about the craziness, all right, of the Stardust Cookie skill. All right, and you just need to go, and now the goal is kill off the enemy DPS a lot faster than our actual DPS dies. All right, so there you guys go. I think we got rid of the Stardust on the enemy team. All right, and we should be able to use Moonlight skill here, dodge at the enemy Moonlight, and boom. Stardust is going to be finishing off Moonlight with the meteor damage. And I think this is going to be our victory again. All right, so once again, guys, it's not a guaranteed win. If they have a really sturdy team, then it does not work out 100%. But it is a good way, and it is a valid method in countering the sign of the star debuff and preventing our DPS from dying off early because of all the debuffs that we are going to be taking. All right, guys, so once again, it is not a 100% win rate or anything like that, but from testing it out inside of the pure vanilla server and the early master 2 rank right now, which probably are going to be majority of the time the Grandmaster 3 at the end of the season. But Milk Cookie is not a bad cookie at all, and especially because of the fact that you are able to utilize a low-level magic candy. I think it is going to be a method that some of the rankers are going to use. Is it something that you guys need to rush right now? I don't think so. I think you should still give it some time, especially with the new update coming out. This standard team might switch out, very quickly as well. So just keep that in mind. I just want to share a method that seemed pretty darn interesting, and also give the YouTubers some credit as well, because I think this is going to be a way to see some counter to Stardust comp as well. All right, if you guys don't have this comp, then you guys can always use the Frost comp, which is still really good as well. But yeah, a pretty darn clever way of countering the sign of the star debuff that Stardust Cookie is so strong for. But yeah, let me know down in the comments below what you guys feel about using Milk Cookie in your team, and if you guys were able to use this team and try it out yourself, how did it go for you guys? Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys all on the next one.